time.
Fantasy.
Yeah. Time.
It takes a special kind of man to wear an elf suit, and by golly, I'm that man. All right.
This is amazing. TSS Fantasy. This is like an orgasm. If I had a cigarette, I'd smoke it. I'm pumped to be here. This is the show of shows.
It's Commissioner Cooper, and it's time.
How the fuck you got me up this damn early, Jason?
It's time.
I use mayo over sour cream, yeah.
Right. That's because you have high cholesterol. Still rolling with that high cholesterol. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy.
Yeah, baby, let's go.
Yeah, sinus cold be damned. We are bringing it tonight. Indeed, it's TSS Friday Night Lights. We got an exciting show for you tonight. We even brought in the KornerBooth, old friends of the show. Actually, Jared's been in quite a few times. It's actually Kevin's first time on the show tonight. They're going to be taking on You Got Phlanders Nick in Fantasy Jeopardy tonight. Fred's going to be our judge, so it's going to be exciting to say the least. Let's get it started, by the way, with the introductions. Nick, You Got Phlanders, Macaronis, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Welcome. Hey, I'm pumped and ready for tonight's show tonight. You can find me at PenFlanders on Twitter. And I just learned that I was taking on the KornerBooth, so that makes me even more excited. And even though I am excited, I still want to express my condolences and my vigor for the country of Ukraine. We're with you. We love you. Keep on the fight. Do not let Russia take you on.
All right, Nick, thank you for that somber introduction. We do appreciate it. Then let's also welcome to the studio Nick, Fred Chester Reyes. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Oh, man, I'm so ready to play this Jeopardy game. Watch Nick try to win it. Follow me at TSS Jester on Twitter. And yes, that was sad what Nick said, but yeah, we're pulling for Ukraine.
Yeah,
So
indeed.
Folks.
Indeed. All right, well, we're here to get your mind off of that. So let's talk about some things like merchandise. Go to tssfantasy.com. Check out all of our latest merchandise. You can check, like Nick says, you got hats, we got mugs, we got face masks, we got it all. So check us out there. Also, don't forget, you can check us out on Belly Up Live TV. I hope you're checking us out live right now, or you can go to our YouTube page. Don't forget to subscribe there. Of course, you can listen to us to wherever you listen to podcasts, as well as Burns Radio as well, usually on in the morning time. I know we're trying to get the times handled there, but usually on the morning. And check us out. Make us part of your morning commute. We are the fantasy show of the people. Still the people. All right, guys. I know it's football season is over, but there's still news. Let's get it. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, fresh off the press. Are we ready to start off tonight with
Aaron Rodgers fantasies?
Aaron Rodgers, according to reports, is torn on where he wants to return next season. I'm not going to ask your opinion because we talk about it every week and we got a long off season, but I just wanted to start it off with some Aaron Rodgers fantasy.
Hey, I have a grievance. On that graphic, Aaron and I were sharing a milkshake. He's not even looking at me.
I know. That's the point. That's literally why I picked it. Just because you've been so mean to him, why would he look you in the eyes? All right, let's go on to some other fantasies, if you will. Reports are that the Cowboys, they are looking to either trade, or if they don't, which I don't understand why you make this statement, but the rest of the statement was if they don't make a deal, they will end up dropping him, which kind of kills your clout to make a trade deal. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Nick, we'll go to you first. Thoughts on Amari Cooper? Give me some landing spots you'd like to see him in, and give me some fantasy impact for the Cowboys next year.
Okay, so he's basically a cap casualty, and what's really hurting him is that his lack of production, and that is because of CeeDee Lamb. And then, of course, you got Michael Gallup on the come up. So, if your salary outweighs your production, you got to go. So I think some of the places where he can go, I think he would be successful. Why not? America's team, the Miami Dolphins, they always need receivers. He could also go to Pittsburgh because Juju wants to jettison to Kansas City. And why not? What a great place. If Mike Williams leaves the Chargers, insert Mr. Cooper to be that veteran outside presence along with Keenan Allen. What two great targets for Justin Herbert. Freddie, what do you got?
I love that. Fred, what do you think?
Listen, I never say my own team, but he needs to come to the Jets. We need a big, tall receiver for Zach Wilson to throw to. Corey Davis is nice, but we all know he's not really a number one. He's a number two. Elijah Moore, going to be great in the slot. We need a number one. Don't pay him $20 million. We don't need to pay him $20 million. That's why Dallas is cutting him. But I can go for 10 to 12 million. I'm cool with that. We needed somebody that Zach Wilson could throw to. And this is the first time I'm saying, come to the Jets. We need you. I don't want to waste a draft pick on a fucking wide receiver.
Well, I think it's fair to say that the Jets need big, talented players at every position, Fred. So I know you led with that at the receiver, but I mean, there's lots of holes to fill there. Let's be fair. I will say great choices, by the way, on places that he can make an impact. I really like the Chargers bit as well. I put down the Bears maybe to fit in with the Justin Fields, as he's fitting into that system also.
What about Lamar?
But what's that?
What about the Ravens?
And the Ravens, that's actually a good one too.
I thought
yes, sir. Cleveland, yeah, they're going to be looking for a number one receiver. We're going to be talking about that in a second. So let's also bring up too, CeeDee Lamb going into next season. That brings his stock much higher in my estimation. You're going to be singling out him a lot more. Obviously, Michael Gallup will be that number two, but he's not going to be the number two Amari Cooper is this year. So definitely big uptick for him and Dalton Schultz as well. And like I said, Michael Gallup also. Yes, sir, Nick.
Cedric Wilson.
Cedric Wilson, another name as well. Yeah, so a few names in there to be watching out for next season, but a long time from now, who knows, maybe some other names might pop up in that scenario. All right, somebody else that's fantasizing with other teams. Looks like the Commanders are making a big push for Russell Wilson. Do you guys see, Fred, I'll start with you. Do you see Russell a good fit with the Commanders?
No, I don't think so. No, honestly, I don't see him going to Washington. There's really nothing there for him in Washington. I don't think his heart will be there. I just don't see it. I mean, they have a nice running back, nice wide receiver, but I don't think he fits in Ron Rivera's system. I just don't like it. Go to New York, Saints, stick with those two.
Nick, your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't think he'd be a good fit in Washington because they're a total train wreck, and until they fix their number one, their front office, I just don't. Yeah. They're just not a viable team. They haven't been relevant since since the 80s. They need to retool that entire organization. He doesn't want to go there. He clearly stated he wants to stay in Seattle. So I think he will re-sign with Seattle.
All right, let's talk about Cole Beasley for a minute. I don't even know if I want to, but I was just in the news, so I think I'd at least bring it up that he's seeking a trade. Is this guy just unhappy perpetually everywhere he goes? He wasn't happy with the Cowboys. Now he's not happy with the Bills. So, Nick, you're our NFC East guy. Thoughts on Cole Beasley? Doesn't have to be a long take.
Well, my take is he's 31. He's going towards 32. He's a headache. He's never had above 1,000 yards. He's never had over 6 touchdowns. And again, he's a PR problem. So he's really not making a case for himself. He should just stay in Buffalo, be happy he's got a job, and shut up and catch the ball.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you left Dallas, who was decent. Now you're on the Bills. You have a good chance to win a playoff game or maybe even a Super Bowl. And now you want to leave there. What is the reason? Like, why do you want to leave? Like, why? Because you're not number one? You ain't never going to be a number one.
I think he feels.
He's going to be number one.
I think Cole Beasley feels like he is a number one. I think he feels, or at least a number two. I think he feels that way. I mean, I know. I feel you. I think he thinks he's a poor man's Cooper Kupp. That's what he thinks.
He's a poor man's Cooper Kupp. He's a Skid Row Cooper Kupp.
He's the paper cup.
When he goes to one of these bad teams like Houston or some shit, and then realizes how good he had it, then you're gonna regret wanting to always get traded.
Right, indeed. All right, let's move it along because we do got to get to our game, and our guests are waiting. We're going to talk about some rookies that might make a fantasy impact into next season. Fred is our resident college expert, so he claims. So he claims. All right, so listen, I did do a little research ahead of time, thankfully, because I didn't know how long Fred was going to talk. So I figured let's bring up some quarterbacks. So, Fred, give me a quarterback that you like coming out. Tell me you at least know one's name.
Pickett from Pitt. He was looking good for a while. Something came out, and today they said that he had small hands. Which kind of hurt him a little bit. They might hurt his draft stock. So I was listening this morning, and he supposedly they even compared him to every starter in the NFL, and his web here is not, I guess, deep enough. So they actually worried about the size of his eggs.
It's TSS and chill night. We were worrying about hand size on the set. All right, Nick, your thoughts. Now, what I've heard about Pickett, they've compared him to Taylor Heineke as NFL prospect. That was what I read up on him. Senior year, 42 TDs and 7 interceptions. That's pretty nasty, to say the least. But and the most pro-ready guy out of the bunch is what I've heard. Nick, your thoughts on Pickett? Any place you'd like to see him go?
He's so overhyped, it's ridiculous.
I think so too.
What the hell has hand size ever been an issue or actually come into fruition? Hand size? Really? You're killing me. I think he's overhyped. I don't think there's really a good quarterback in this draft at all.
The kid from Cincinnati. The Bearcats. What's his name?
So our resident college expert loves to bring up people that he knows is on a team but can't remember the name. Appreciate that.
So anyway, going back to my analysis, I don't think he's all that. I mean, he plays at Pitt. Yeah, he's a nice story. Oh well, the Steelers should draft him. I hope they don't, because it's all over the place. Oh, he should, Pittsburgh should draft him. Pittsburgh don't draft him. I don't think he's that good. You know why he's getting all the hype? Because there's only 3 quarterbacks in this draft worth talking about.
Yeah.
So again, I don't think he's very good. I think I think he's a third rounder at best.
Wow.
So we've established Nick does not think Mr. Pickett's very good. Actually, I do have Carolina and the Lions looking at him as well in the draft. Also,
Big surprise.
Possibly to pick him. Malik Willis was the other quarterback we talked about from Liberty.
He plays at Liberty, not Cincinnati.
Oh, no, not Malik Willis.
He's got arm strength and legs, 944 yards and 14 touchdowns. I mean, they were comparing it. His NFL comparison, though, was Tyrod Taylor. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, let's keep it moving.
Hold on a minute. So we get the top 2 college quarterback prospects coming out, and their comparisons are Tyler Heineke and Malik Tyrod Taylor.
Yes, correct. Yeah. It's a good QB class.
Wow.
Look what happened to our resident. Here he comes, our resident college expert,
Ritter.
You can step over the bar.
Wow.
Step over the bar. Come on.
One of my people who said Desmond Ritter. That was his name from Cincinnati. I should have known that because I love Big East AAC college football. So I like not ACC, AAC, the American Athletic Conference. That's where UCF is at.
Oh yeah,
wow.
The powerhouse of UCF.
Well, now they're going over to the Big Ten, so that's gonna be better. Don't worry about it.
All right, you can tell you could tell we follow that college game real well. All right, let's go on, Fred. I don't want to, go on. Give me some guys. Give me some guys that you think are going to make some fantasy impacts this season, and I'll tell you some guys that I have here.
Okay, so you're saying fantasy impact. So the offensive players this year are not that good. Everything is about offensive line and defensive ends and cornerbacks. I mean, and the top 4, I think, is going to be 2 offensive linemen. One is Evan Neal, and it's definitely going to be the 2 defense end, Kevin Thibodeau and I forgot the other guy's name, whatever. But what I was really looking like is the 2 cornerbacks, Derek Stingley and Ahmad Gardner from Cincinnati. I mean, those are locked down cornerbacks. Now, Nick is totally right. The 3 quarterbacks that are coming out are really not that good, but they are going to be taken in the top 15, all 3 of them. It's just sad to say because people always jump for quarterbacks. There's one wide receiver they're really talking about. I guess he did a 4.17. I forgot his name too. He's from a little school. But like I said, this year is not the year for offensive players, not the year for quarterbacks. Just stay away from all offensive players in the NFL draft. Jets do not draft a receiver.
All right, so I'm going to point out a few guys. I mean, in my few minutes of study, let's go with Drake London, the receiver from USC. A lot of talk about him. Comparison to Mike Evans, a guy 6'3", 219 pounds. Giants could be looking at him. That could be some fantasy impact depending on who is there throwing the ball.
I don't like it. I don't like Drake London. I seen him going to 10 at the Jets, and I was pissed off. That's what I was saying. I was like, take Amari Cooper instead.
Jameis Williams, receiver at Alabama, 6'1", 179 as well. Go ahead and talk about him while I mute this real quick.
Okay, let me talk about 2 guys that weren't even mentioned yet. Number 1 is Aiden Hutchinson, the D-end out of Michigan. He is going to be
amazing.
The number 2 guy, yes, it's a homer, but I'm going to go with Jahan Dotson out of Penn State. That dude, he can fly. If he gets on a team that's got a big aerial assault, he is going to stretch the field and get the ball in the end zone. I would like him, honestly, to replace Brendan Ayuk out in San Francisco, pair him up with Debo, and now he's cooking with grease out there.
Cooking with grease. Ooh, I like that one. Like that reference. A couple other guys to make mention. Kenny Waller, running back, Michigan State. Comparisons to Tony Pollard. Might be a Miami Dolphin. Who knows? Walker, whatever the hell his name is. I think I'm being corrected here. I can see Jared correcting me back there. He's in the back trying to give me give me lessons on my college stuff because you can tell I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Isaiah Spiller as well, Texas A&M. Comparisons height and weight to Joe Mixon. But then NFL comparison, they said TJ Yeldon, so I just kind of yawned that one. Like, okay, let's move that along.
The offense ain't moving you. It's like, yes, big star. It's like,
And I don't know if you mentioned that Treylon Burks comparison to Vincent Jackson, receiver out of Arkansas, Eagles and Patriots, possible destinations as well. All right. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Nick is going to take on the boys from the corner booth.
Boom, Nick. Come on. Nick.
Fantasy Jeopardy. Let's see if he can bring it home for the house. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
This is the Scoreboard Addicts Podcast. Starring Nick, TJ, and The Rook. Our shows are for the average sports fan who likes drinking, talking sports, and talking shit. We cover all sports from the MLB to the NHL and everything in between, as well as review movies and discuss pop culture.
Dude, he wouldn't be in the NFL if he couldn't play at this level. All right? You get this. Good day. I can't believe you just said that. It was the stupidest thing I've heard you say in weeks. All right?
Say he can never play at this level?
I never heard.
You're ruining the magic.
That's a really interesting point.
We all know shady underground places that give massages and happy endings. And does it not seem out of the realm of possibility?
It's an embarrassment. I think fans are tired. Because it's a clown show organization. Guess what, Joe? It is
still a man's sport. This is still hockey. Step the fuck up. He's looking. I don't know why, but he looked at me. I'm looking at you. I see him looking at me. He goes. He's trying to eat it real low key.
Join us on BellyUp.tv on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. for our movie reviews and on Saturdays at 7 p.m. for our standard sports talk show.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome in the boys from the corner booth. Welcome to the studio, my brothers.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Commissioner. I got to say something. Fellas, what the hell were those damn college takes?
I have a question.
Smokes. I'm putting the cowboy hat on for this one. What the hell was that?
It's not a big offensive year for the draft. It's all about the offensive linemen and the running and the defensive end, the cornerback.
Have you watched any of the tape on these receivers? Holy smokes!
I would like to point out two things. One, it's not an offensive year. It's just the offensive line. The position that takes up 5 of the slots on offense. 2, I really fucking hope you guys are calling the Jester your college football expert facetiously. My God, that was painful. If you want some better college football
things, I was freaking crying.
Go listen to Tailgate on the Quad. Also,
or corner booth in that matter. Jesus.
UCF is going to the Big 12, not the Big
12. Did I say Big 10?
Big 10. The Big 10 is not changing. No teams are leaving. No teams are coming.
Shit. I know it's Cincinnati.
UCF. And also, you Jets fans. Just be happy if anybody signs with you, okay? Now, after you are a major franchise, you are still New York's minor league franchise. Stop it.
Oh, my God.
This year.
Hey, Phlanders, flag us fly, buddy.
Yeah. Listen, this is how you started out tonight. Let's get started.
Blood boiling early. Jesus.
Let's get started with Fantasy Jeopardy.
From the Belly Up Studios in Orlando, Florida, this is Fantasy Jeopardy. Let's meet today's contestants. This host of the corner booth can't decide which is more delusional, his takes about his Philadelphia Eagles, or that his cat brings in more views than he does. Please welcome Jared from the Corner Booth Podcast. Coming in at a whopping 5'7", the only thing he's worse at than fantasy football is getting a match on Tinder. Please welcome Kevin from the Corner Booth Podcast. This longtime fantasy expert can tell kids to get off his lawn with a mere whistle and is known for putting the square back in the pocket. Please welcome Nick, You Got Flandered Macaronis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce our star of the show, the man of the hour that holds all of the power. It's Commissioner Cooper.
Hey.
Go, let's get things started tonight. I'm excited. Let's talk about our categories real quick first. First, we have a receivers fantasy. That has to do, all the clues are top 10 receivers from this season in PPR. I should specify. Top 10 PPR fantasy receiver. That's where all those clues have to do. Home sweet home. Those are all clues that have to do with NFL or once were NFL stadiums. So that's your second one. Third category, number one in your heart. That is number one draft picks. So we're going to figure out who the draft pick is. Then we go coach's carousel. All the clues will be basically teams that the coach had actually coached, and you're going to have to figure out who that coach is. And then late round darlings. Those are draft picks taken in later rounds that ended up being great players. So that's all your clues in that. All right, so I drew some straws without anyone knowing. Jared, you actually got first. You get to choose. You control the board. Where would you like to go first?
Mr. Commish, I will take number one in your heart for 1,000, please.
For 1,000. He's not even playing around. I was drafted number one overall in 1990 by the Colts, but after went on to play for the Falcons, Vikings, Redskins, and Raiders twice.
Who is Jeff George?
Who is Jeff George is correct. Great job, sir. Snag that one.
Wow.
Right. Ooh,
wow. Quick 1,000.
He went for the 1,000. Well, he's ready. All right, Jerry, you're up, bro.
Who is number one in your heart for 800?
Number one in your heart for 800. I was drafted in 2002 and went on to set the record for most times sacked in a season.
Who is David Carr?
Who is David Carr is correct. We're going to be sweeping this category, I think. Ooh-wee, you control the board.
Snap.
Who is late round darlings for 800?
Late round darlings for 800. Wait, I got to get my thingy out. Hold on. You're way ahead of schedule, bro. You got me all kind of discombobulated. That's our first daily double. I'm going to bring it up. Hold on one second. Sorry, my fat fingers are taking a second to bring this up here. All right, late round darlings for 800. Here's your clue. This late round pick in 1990 for Denver went on to have a Hall of Fame career as a tight end and well-respected journalist.
Skip! It's Shannon Sharp.
That is correct. It is Shannon Sharp. You are on fire. And I actually messed that up. That was supposed to be the daily double. You're supposed to bet. So I'll put that on to something else. That's my bad. User error on that one. All right, Jared, you control. By the way, Kevin and Nick, it's Jeopardy. You can ring in before he does. I mean, if you know it. Just saying. All right, Jared, go ahead, bro.
How the hell do we ring in? Just yell over Jared?
Just yell it out, bro. Absolutely.
I'm good at this.
Late round darlings for 1,000, please.
Late round darlings for 1,000. Here's your clue. This late round pick for the Eagles in 1986 was a defensive monster for the Eagles, Cardinals, Packers, and Broncos.
What's the Eagles? This thing is killing me. Who is Jeremiah Trotter?
Jeremiah Trotter
is
is not correct. Anyone else want to guess?
Who's Reggie White, even though that's not the answer?
Reggie White is not correct, and that's a big loss, even though it's not the answer. The correct answer was who is Seth Joyner.
Oh, my God.
Seth Joyner. I actually thought you guys were going to
one of
get...
our biggest Twitter personalities, too.
I thought for sure you guys were going to get that one, but all right. You're still in control, Jared. What else you got?
All right. Let's take Home Sweet Home for 800, please.
Home Sweet Home for 800. Here is your clue. All right, so this time I got it right. Daily double this time. You get to bet prior to what you think. You can go the true daily double if you like, 1,600, or as low as 200.
I'll go the full 16.
Ooh, a true daily double. Here is your clue. Home now to baseball. This stadium has hosted 464 NFL games from 44 to 48 and 63 to 68.
Shit. What is... Oh, my God.
What is Wrigley Field?
Fuck.
Well, it's the daily double, so you're not. This is the time you're not supposed to speak out, jackass.
Okay.
But you're wrong anyway. All right, Jared. Time's about to tick away. Any guess?
What is Giant Stadium?
Giant
Stadium. That's new. Fuck. Shit. Yeah. Whatever. I lost it.
That was incorrect. I lost it. Also, was not the correct answer.
Yeah.
What is Fenway Park? That was the correct answer.
Oh,
Jared,
I hate that wording.
You still control, sir.
All right. Give me number one in your heart for 600.
Number one in your heart for 600. I was the first overall selection in 1986 by the Tampa Bay Bucks. All right, Fred, that's when you chime in because I didn't see who got in there first.
I said
Kevin
who
did.
is, so.
Kevin did.
Kevin did? I can't hear. Did Freddie say? I can't even hear Freddie at all.
He's not even in the damn lobby.
All
I
right.
didn't know he was playing.
No, he was supposed to be the judge. Oh, my bad.
Can y'all hear
I didn't
me?
know he left.
There we go.
All right.
Wow.
All right, Kevin, we'll give that to you since I didn't have anybody else there. That is Bo Jackson. That is correct. All right, Kev, you control. Go right ahead, sir.
Give me Home Sweet Home for 1,000.
Home Sweet Home for 1,000. Here's the clue. Home to the largest seating capacity in the NFL.
What is Superdome?
What is
Arrowhead Stadium?
What is the Superdome is not correct.
What is MetLife?
What is Arrowhead Stadium?
Okay, so I'll pretend I didn't hear you, Jared, and give Kevin the correct answer. What is MetLife Stadium? That is the correct answer. Jared, I didn't hear what you said, sir. Okay, you're up, Kevin. You control.
Home Sweet Home for 600.
Home Sweet Home for 600. Here's your clue. Home where the first NFL Dome game was played.
What is the Astrodome?
What is the Astrodome is correct, sir. Don't forget, that's where the Bad News Bears played their championship as well. Very big stuff in the Astrodome. All right, Jared, I believe that was you. You control, sir.
I will take wide receivers fantasy for 400.
Wide receivers fantasy for 400. This wide receiver's real name is Tyshawn, but was given the name he goes by now by what's that?
Who is Deebo Samuel?
Deebo Samuel is correct because he was a bully. His mom named him Deebo. All right, Nick, you control.
Coach's Carousel for 1,000.
Coach's Carousel for 1,000. Montreal Alouettes, KC Chiefs, Buffalo Bills.
Who is Marv Levy?
Who is Marv Levy is correct. Good job.
I'm so proud of you, Nick.
Good snag there, sir. All right, you control.
Wide receivers for 1,000, please.
Wide receivers for 1,000. Here's the clue. This wide receiver is most likely to call you a muggle as a Harry Potter superfan with tattoos and even had his wedding cake themed after the children's book series.
Wow.
Who is Chad Ochocinco?
Ochocinco is not correct.
Figure I fired off. It's so crazy. It might be him.
Any other guesses? All right. We'll leave it at that. Is Mike Evans. If you don't know, now you know. All right, Nick, you're up. What you got next?
Coach's carousel for 800.
Coach's carousel for 800. Here is the clue.
I'm going to wager $1.
Yeah.
What?
No,
All right.
I'll do the full boat.
He's gonna do the full boat. The full boat is what do you got? You got 400. So you're betting 400 all on the line. You're big money here. All right, here we go.
I'm betting Jared.
Right. All right. Cleveland Browns, KC Chiefs, Washington Commanders, LA Chargers. Nick, are you off mute?
No, I don't have a guess. That's
Okay. Who is Marty Schottenheimer?
Schottenheimer.
Knew it.
Threw you off with the Washington Commanders and LA Chargers. That kind of threw you off, I bet. All right, Nick, you're up. You still control. Go ahead, sir.
Let's go. Coach's carousel 600.
600. Here's the clue. New York Jets, Patriots,
Who is
Cowboys.
Bill Parcells?
Bill Parcells is correct. Good job, sir. You control.
Carousel for 400, please.
Carousel for 400. USC.
Pete Carroll.
Wow.
Who was that first, Fred?
Oh, that was Kevin.
What?
Kevin? No, was that?
Was it?
Is that
No.
disputed?
I thought it was the guy with the white shirt.
Whoa! Just gotta make a dig about the Jets. That's why.
Or you're not saying who is Jared like you're supposed to in this fucking game.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
It's not even real.
Who
Jeopardy,
is
Kevin,
Pete
relax.
Carroll?
All right, I guess we're giving it to Kevin on that one. Good job. You're up, sir.
Late round darlings for 600.
Late round, darling, 600. This late 6th-round pick at QB for the Packers.
Who is Matt Hasselbeck?
Matt Hasselbeck is correct. Kevin, was that you, sir?
That was me. He went to my high school. I should know that.
Good job. All right, that's awesome. All right, you control, sir.
Late round darlings 400.
For 400, this late round, 10th round pick, an 81 for the Dwight Clark is correct. Couldn't even get the question out. These guys are on it tonight. Good job,
boy.
Really caught on in the NFC. Like that? Ooh, we getting witty. Getting witty tonight. Let's do it, Nick. What else you got?
Oh, let's just kill it. Coach's carousel at 200.
Colts, Dolphins.
Who was Shula?
Woo!
Who is Don Shula? Who is Don Shula?
That's what I like to hear. That's like the best.
I would like to point out Mike Shula was also a head coach in places.
That's true.
Doesn't count.
No close, but no cigar on that one. All right, Nick, your control.
He didn't say
Wide receivers fantasy 800.
Wide receiver fantasy 800. Much to do about his end zone dance. This receiver was the first ever.
Antonio Brown.
Oh crap.
Okay, so what did you say?
Who is
Nick?
Juju Smith-Schuster?
What did you say? What did you say,
Juju
Nick?
Smith-Schuster? But no.
I was wrong, but Jared said like 3 guys.
I know. I want to know what you said first.
I said Icky Woods. I was wrong.
Okay, incorrect. Jared was incorrect like 1,000 times. Kevin, do you have a guess on this one? Nope.
I guess
that's a no. It is. Who is Justin Jefferson? Come on, it's Fortnite. Let's go. All right, you're up, sir. Mick, I believe you're still in control.
Wide receiver 600.
Here's your clue. This receiver started off as an all-purpose back at Garden City Junior College of Kansas. Who was Tyreek Hill? Booyah.
Wow.
Don't know, now you know. Go ahead, Nick.
Wide receivers 200.
Closing out the round with the best first name in football, per the commish. This receiver had the right formula in his cup.
Cooper Kupp?
Who is Cooper Kupp is correct. Kevin, that was you. It sounded like. Take it. Good job, sir. You control.
Home sweet home for 400.
Home sweet home 400. Home where most Super Bowls have been played.
Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida is incorrect. Anyone else? What is the Superdome? Surprise. I put that up high. I thought you guys would get that one. All right. Kevin, you still control.
Home sweet home for 200.
Home sweet home for 200. Home to the smallest NFL stadium.
Are we counting that 1 year where the Vikings played in the Minnesota Stadium? That thing looked tiny.
It was pretty tiny. We're not counting that one, though.
What is Lambeau Field?
Okay.
Lambeau Field is incorrect, sir.
What is Gillette Stadium?
Gillette Stadium is also incorrect, sir. Nick, you got it or no?
What is First Energy Field in Cleveland?
What is First Energy Field in Cleveland is also incorrect. What is Soldier Field? That is the smallest in the NFL. All right, Kevin, you're still in control.
Late round darlings for 200.
Late round darlings 200. This late 6th round wonder in 95 saluted his way.
Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis is correct. Great job, sir. Okay, you control.
Oh, I don't know. Let's go. Number one in your heart for 400.
Number one in your heart for 400. It might kill you to know.
O.J. Simpson. Who's O.J. Simpson?
O.J. Simpson. Oops. O.J. Simpson is correct. Sorry, I went the wrong way on that one. Poorly taste in that one clue, but hey, I thought it'd be fun anyway. All right, Jared, I'm going to just call it out for you. You do control it, but here it is. I was number
Jared
one.
Got that? What the fuck?
Matt Stafford. Who's Matt Stafford?
Stafford is correct. Good job. Got close there at the end to Final Jeopardy, but unfortunately, sir, you're just a little short. But I'm sure you've heard that most of your life anyway. Let's go on to Final Jeopardy. I am going to allow Jared to move on to our next round, however. I'm going to allow him to go up to 2,000. That's your bet, even though you're under. I'll let you at least get up to that. Nick, I'll get up to about 1,500, and then I'll give Kevin an extra 1,000 on his. So that way you guys get a little extra money to bet if you like. What we're going to do first is I'll give you the category, and then we'll take a quick little break. I'll have you guys write down your bets and figure out, how much you want to bet for this particular round. All right, here is our category. I'm sorry. So it is Mardi Gras week, and so we are going to go with a little New Orleans history. Guys, write down your bets. When we get back, we'll be playing our final Jeopardy clue.
Three, two, one.
Here is your final Jeopardy clue. Originally, the New Orleans Saints color scheme was supposed to represent Mardi Gras, but did not get approved. Saints fans can thank John Meekum, their original owner, and this industry for its current colors. Good luck. You have 30 seconds.
That's fucking terrifying.
That was my paying homage to Alex. I got to pay homage to Alex. That's all, bro. All right, Kevin.
I should be the jester. Jesus.
Yeah, true. All right, my bad. Actually, Jared, you had the least. You had actually nothing negative. So please tell us if you have the answer and how much you wagered.
I wagered everything I had and was nothing. And my wager was my guess was the brass industry.
The brass industry is incorrect, and with everything you have, you are awful. All right, let's go to Nick. Might be the saving grace for TSS tonight. Well, how much did you wager, and what is your answer?
I wagered $1,500.
Okay.
And considering that they're black and gold, this liquid is black and it's called liquid gold, so I went with oil.
That is... Good job, sir. Great job. You nailed it. All right. Kev, what'd you bet? And what was your answer?
Yeah, he won. I went with 800, and this is my 401k paperwork. I probably shouldn't be writing on it. I went for 800, and I guess shipping because New Orleans is a port city.
All right, hey, good guesses, but unfortunately did not come to roost. So, as you know, as tradition on our show, we have a nice little send-off for you both. Kev, we'll start with you, sir.
Dumbass. Thank these. They call me dumbass. Play kind anytime. Stupid. I act a dunk on the motherfucker.
We got a new one tonight for, I know it's been a minute, so Jared, he's been a dumbass a couple times on our show, so I got a new one for him tonight.
You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass, and you'll be one all your dumbass life.
Nick, congratulations, sir. Good victory. Fellas, congratulations. Thanks for coming in. It was a lot of fun. Tell all of our peeps where they can find all your fun stuff at.
Kev, it's all you.
All right, Jared's not stuck. Go follow me at BellyUpKev on Twitter and Instagram. And go follow Quad Tailgate, which is the premier college football podcast where we actually know what we're talking about in terms of college football on the Belly Up Podcast Network. So go listen to that at Quad Tailgate, Twitter and Instagram. Go check us out.
You can follow my cowboy ass at the Corner Booth and also at Belly Up Jared on basically everything: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everything. For basically everything football. Yeah, some fun stuff about sports and nerd shit, and a lot better college football coverage than Jester and Phlanders put together today.
Wait a minute.
We actually watch film, guys. That's a real thing.
I have all the answers. What are you going on me for?
Listen, you guys came in ill prepared.
Jared, in Phlanders' defense, a lot of his stuff wasn't college football related. It was more draft coverage related.
Fair.
So I'm not going to shit on his college football knowledge.
I take that back.
I do think they go hand in hand, and that does make me question his college football knowledge, but I'm not going to shit on him explicitly for it. However, the Jester thought that fucking UCF was joining the Big Ten, so I don't know what he's talking about. So I am concerned.
I will say this, though. Guys, as somebody who's been covering the draft for like 6 years now, I've been doing it since college. Pro comparisons are the dumbest fucking thing on the planet. They never actually come out. So comparing somebody to TJ
comparisons are so fun, though.
I know they're
Listen.
hysterical because they actually sway the worst teams, like the New York Jets, to pick the wrong player.
They're made for people like us that don't know what the hell we're talking about and makes us sound like we're smart and we can compare them to somebody in the NFL. That's what they're there for, bro.
All right. I think that's the first time ever someone called Jared an elitist. The first time in history, folks.
Hey, he'll take it.
Write it down in the history books. Also,
He'll take it when
Brittany,
he can get it.
Shout out Britney Spears. She's free.
All right, Brittany.
I'm more of a Christina guy, but okay.
Yes, indeed. Miss Spears, if you're nasty. All right, speaking of nasty, we're going to come out with the smooth sounds of Dan Mater talking about some balls. And when we get back, we are going to talk about some dynasty tight end rankings. Jared and Kevin, fun as always. Thank you so much for coming in, guys.
Thanks for having us, man.
Roses are red, violets are blue, but don't let a wild pube wreck you. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and our sponsors at Manscaped are here for you with the best tools to get your balls ready for the special occasion. This V-Day, it's time to join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming, with our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use the promo code BELLYUPFANTASY for 20% off and free shipping. The holidays went by so quickly. Did you remember to take care of your package with the best tools for the job? The Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped is just the thing every guy needs in their life to make each and every day just a little more special. The number one product in this package is the Lawnmower 4.0. This electric trimmer is designed to trim hair on loose skin. And get this, the trimmer's advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts and nicks on your delicate balls. It even has a 4000K LED spotlight so you can shave anywhere your heart desires. Get 20% off and free shipping when you use the promo code BELLYUPFANTASY at manscaped.com today. Roses.
I wish we had more time because I'd like for Dan to talk more about that spotlight. All right, but we got to hurry up because we ain't got much time left, and we got to talk about some rankings. Fred, you'll take the least amount of time, so we'll start with your dynasty tight end rankings.
I have to go with Kyle Pitts. Young, big, strong, going to put up big numbers. I hope he gets a good quarterback over there. I mean, tight ends, like I said, these are like the top notch you get. Andrews is solid. Waller always has big games over there in Oakland. Kelsey's Kelsey. He's a little bit older. That's why I have him at 4. I like Goddard a lot. Kittle's actually falling for me. I remember at the beginning of the season, he was like 2 or 3. If he continues to play the way he's doing, he's going to fall further. I love Hawkinson. He did well for me this year. Freiermuth, I think he'll do good for Pittsburgh, depending on what quarterback they actually settle on. Knox was good. I really want to know where Dalton Schultz goes. That I really respect his game. That's another player that I would like to see on my team. Other than that, I'll pass it off to Nick, and then we're against it.
Nick.
Yeah, I'm still a little upset the fact that y'all think I take forever to explain things.
No one even said that.
I'm feeling very, very, very attacked against. Cooper, can you put up my rankings, please?
Oh yes, my apologies.
Yeah, but the dynasty.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I don't have an editing department. Okay, all right, go ahead, Nick.
Okay, so for all the beautiful people on radio listening, I'm just gonna go blitz through this real quick. I'm gonna go Kelsey 1, Andrews 2, Pitts 3, Kittle 4, Hawkinson 5, Waller 6, Goddard 7, Knox at 8, Freiermuth at 9, and Schultz at 10. And the reason why I have my individuals where I have them ranked is based off of average points per game. Mark Andrews had 11.4, even though I have him ranked at number 2. I got Kelsey at number 1 because I leaned on Pat Mahomes as a more reliable quarterback, and he's more Kelsey's more relied upon in crunch time. But again, my main focus was on age and production. So that was what I valued my rankings on. And just looking over this, no tight end has scored over 9 touchdowns, and the top 4 receiving touchdowns, tight ends rather, was Andrews, Kelsey, Knox, and Henry, and they were all ranked first with 9. So again, as Jeff alluded to, the tight end is a paper thin position. So you have to get the top 5 in order to be productive, and that's how I brought up my rankings. Cooper.
Good job, sir. That didn't take long at all, actually. Mark Andrews, number 1 for me. Bottom line, number 1 in 2021, number 6 in 2020. I don't see that going down anytime soon. He is the main target, main focal point for Lamar Jackson. Gotta like Mark Andrews going into next season. Kyle Pitts, alluded to him earlier, young, brand new. Again, what's going on with Calvin Ridley? We don't know. It's going to be the main focal point of what goes on in that Atlanta offense going forward, because quite frankly, a team that lacks playmakers, he looks like just a big wide receiver out there. In fact, I remember watching that first game and was looking for him, and I'm like, man, that's Kyle Pitts. Like, he just didn't look like a normal tight end. He's just like a big DK Metcalf almost is what he kind of resembles. But TJ Hawkinson, another young guy, he was 15th this year because of injuries. I kind of took him out. But don't forget, last year he was number 5 overall. In an offense that, again, we talked about lacking playmakers. There's some guys that came on at the end. We talked about Amon St. Brown going into next season. Jared Goff, basically has some young guys to build around. But I like TJ Hawkinson as a target monster, really, for him. George Kittle was somebody I wasn't high on going into this season because we talked about his lack of touchdown production. But guess what? It came back this season tenfold. He did well, stayed healthy, ended up number 4, ended the season number 4 this year. And I have him ranked currently at number 4 going into next season. Dawson Knox. Now, this is interesting because we didn't talk about it on the news earlier, but there are reports that if Rob Gronkowski doesn't go retirement, the Bills are definitely interested in bringing him aboard with Josh Allen, which I just don't see Gronk doing, quite frankly. But, that obviously affect Dawson Knox going forward. But I like him. I like what they're building there with Josh Allen. Ended up in PPR being number 11th this year. But, again, in spurts, really big for you down the stretch. So I do like Dawson Knox. Travis Kelce, he's getting up there in age. Again, when we looked at dynasty rankings, we look at 3 years in advance. Travis is getting up there. However, you still need to win games. And if Travis Kelce is in your draft just sitting there waiting, well, yeah, of course, go ahead and grab him. Darren Waller, he was 17th this year due to injury, but number 2 last year from PPR. So you got to like Darren Waller to bounce back. Dalton Schultz is another guy that's on the big come up. We talked about Amari Cooper, him possibly not being around next season. So got to like him going forward. He finished number 3 this season. I have Gesicki down at number 9. Again, quarterback situation. What's up with Tua? What are we doing going forward? Gesicki finished 9 this year. He was number 7 in 2020. That's where I like see him finish it right at the end of your top 10. Pat Freiermuth, a lot of questions going forward with this offense, but you got to like someone to build around. I mean, a big tight end for a young quarterback is always their best friend. And, the Muth, whatever was loose at certain times this season. So you got to like him going forward. All right, guys, we're going to close it out. The Muth and Luth, I can't even say it right. We're going to close it out tonight. Guys, any finishing thoughts? Nick, for you, sir.
Again, thoughts and prayers out to the people of Ukraine. And go Birds, go Steelers.
Fred?
Couple of weeks, free agency starts. Can't wait. Let's go. I love that time. That football's back.
It's on and popping. We appreciate you, and we are out.
We're on a mission, guys.